Greetings, fellow pudding enthusiasts. Tiki here.
And Jacob Wile, too.
And welcome to another episode of Tiki's Universe. That's right, folks. This is the umbrella show we have here for current animation. Currently, we have Star vs. Force of Evil, Steven Universe, and Milo Murphy's Law. It's about to get a whole lot more crowded, though, because we're going to take on 4 more shows in 2017, Jacob. 4 more. Samurai Jack, DuckTales, Tangled, and Big Hero 6. So, yeah, Tiki's Universe is going to be like the all-encompassing, like one of the main focal points of the channel going on from here on out, I would say. Anyways, Jacob, so let's get into it. We're kind of experiment around with it. The channel is currently going through some, we got a copyright strike from what else, Jacob? What else? Come on.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond means that the So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel can't do live streaming. But you know what? We've had a loophole. We can do a live streaming from another source and then upload that directly to the So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel. We can still upload. Ha 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 ha. Power to the people. Anyways. So it just, we'll just kind of have to deal with it. But Jacob, I think an easy way to, or, at least a way to kind of make things a bit easier on my end is to do anything that's like a double episode. And I assume we'll do this with Milo as well when that comes back around to just kind of pair them up, just see how the conversation goes.
Instead of doing like one each day.
Right. And I actually think that'll be good for, keeping us on track. Although with Star vs. Force of Evil right now, the way they're currently airing it, isn't it one each day?
Yep, one each day, Monday through Thursday.
Okay, right. So basically, like, we'll still keep on track of that schedule as much as we can, but if we do run into a situation where we have to group episodes together, we will. But we'll keep on track of it. Enough with the semantics, Jacob. I think, like I said, the hard way is going to be the crux of the episode. This is going to be the crux of the conversation. But before that, let's talk really quick about Crystal Clear, Jacob. I don't know. I got to say, I like it a little bit more rewatching it, but I think we had the stretch of episodes like in between, in between The Hard Way and then what was the other like really good episode we got? The Running with Scissors, which was fantastic. Then we got a stretch of dry ones, and this is okay. Jacob, what do you tell me your thoughts about it? Like, how are you approaching it?
I think it's better than the Bounce Lounge, but not as good as Math Magic.
Okay. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's not great. I mean, all 3 of the episodes have their merits, you know what I mean? It's like they're not like the frickin' Preston Changeo episode where with Preston Changeo, the only thing even redeemable about that episode is probably the presence of Weird Al. But all 3 of them are just kind of a little bit fillery in certain parts, but advance certain things somewhat. But I don't know. Honestly, Jacob. Sorry, I'm a little bit flustered with this new setup. Honestly, Jacob, I just didn't like this new character we got. I mean, he's okay. I don't know. What's his name? Romulus?
Romulus.
Yes. Can you explain his function maybe a little bit more? Maybe I can understand it better.
From what I can remember from watching it, he's like, his goal is to encapsulate evil people in crystals.
But I think like probably the most interesting part of the episode was the idea that he's taken it way too far, and he's like, he's encapsulated like pizza delivery people and just random citizens off the street, and Marco, who basically just like walked in on him when he was capturing Star, and just like he has like a whole collection of quote unquote evil people that he's captured. So interesting idea, Jacob, but do you agree with me that the character, like, personality-wise, isn't the strongest?
There are some strange aspects, I'll agree. I mean, but I didn't really find it too aggravating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It doesn't make it like unwatchable or anything. It's just I don't know. I don't really get exactly like what they're trying to do with it. I mean, maybe the point of him is he's got all this power, but he's just being like really childish about it, and maybe that mirrors Star in a way.
I think
And that's
the way I kind of saw it, like he was driven by driven by paranoia.
mhm.
Like, the whole magic drainage, the whole, like, there's the crystals don't light up. Oh, and there's that giant hole in the sky.
I don't know. I'm just not really into it that much, Jacob. I'm just it's fine. And like I said, it does present some good ideas, some interesting kind of world building here and there with the we're kind of slowly getting more chunks of like magic, and we'll talk more about magic with the with the Hardway episode, of course, but I don't know. It's okay. One thing I did find amusing was the angel demon goat thing, the chancellor or whatever the hell he was supposed to be.
Yeah, I did. Now I found him actually kind of more obnoxious than this guy.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, Jacob, I'm kind of the reverse of you because I just like first of all, I don't really like this guy's design with like the snakes for the hands and the diamond eye. I don't know what it is. It's just like it doesn't really appeal to me all that much. I mean, it's not terrible or anything, but honestly, I really like the design of the goat with like the bat wings and the cloak. I don't know. Subjectivity, Steven. Who knows? Who knows?
Yep.
Let's see. So, yeah, like I said, I really like. It's not a terrible episode by any means, but it's just like kind of a blasé episode, and it doesn't really like forward things all that much, and it's not really like all that thought provoking like Running with Scissors was.
Some people put some like interesting background elements. Like some people think they saw Queen Eclipse in one of the backgrounds, one of the crystals. Though
I'm sure of that. I'm sure like we could probably see a lot of cool Easter eggs in those crystals. That's a good point. I wish I could have taken the time to freeze frame and like maybe go through it and see what I could have found.
not that it saves the episode or anything.
Of course. I have heard a theory, though, Jacob, that is a popular theory floating around that perhaps by the end of season 2, we'll see Queen Eclipse, if not, like, get a hint that she's for sure, like, returning and going to be a part of season 3.
That's kind of what these episodes have been hinting at with, like, Queen Eclipse of this, Queen Eclipse of that. She's not no one's been this powerful since Queen Eclipse. I mean, like, the last one, I believe in Glasswork said the last one to question my methods was Queen Eclipse.
Monster love.
and then there's that.
Yes. All right, anything else to say about Crystal Clear? I'm sorry, I'm kind of drawing at stars with this one.
Can't really think of anything for this one in particular.
Okay. Good episode, just, not really one of the season's standouts. But, Jacob, every episode with Ludo has been a season standout so far in season 2, this episode included. Let's talk about the Hardway.
Oh, yeah, can't wait.
I mean, this is basically what we were hoping for, right? This is pretty much exactly like, as a fan, I feel served. Like, this is pretty much like, it's Ludo and Glossaric in a room together for 10 minutes. That's all it is, and that's all it needs to be.
And as we pointed out, as I totally pointed out, Glossaric is totally trolling Ludo the entire time.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, this episode is wonderful, Jacob, because I mean, we'll get to I don't know. Do you want to just kind of address the big elephant in the room right now, the big cliffhanger? I think maybe everyone watching has kind of waited long enough for us to talk about it.
Why? Hello, Glossaric.
Oh my god. 18 episodes in, Jacob. 18 episodes in out of what, like 22? I mean, we don't have that many left. But Toffee has finally returned. Michael C. Hall is back, folks. He's back. Dexter Morgan.
Yeah.
And he's got a connection to Glossaric, and maybe they're even in cahoots with each other. Who knows? It's crazy.
But right now, the question remains though: is he inside the wand, or like how did getting hit by the dark part of the book bring him into Ludo?
Oh, I'm sure we'll get a little bit of an explanation about it to come, but
I'm just asking, like, do you have any particular theories?
uh I mean, I definitely think that he was in the wand for sure. But as for the book, I don't really know. Like maybe a part of himself was in the book, like maybe a part of his soul or something like that. You know what I mean? Like the whole Harry Potter Horcrux thing. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Who knows? That's my best guess.
I mean, the reason I'm asking, because remember, the same thing happened to Marco when he opened the Dark Book, so who
That's
knows?
true. That's true. Anyways, okay. Just the humor, man. I mean, look, it's a great ending, and I'm totally stoked for what's to come of it. But this episode totally does not just stand on the legs of like, oh, it's got a really cool cliffhanger. This episode is funny just all the way through, man. I mean, it just proves once again that Jeffrey Tambor and freaking oh god, why am I blanking on this? Alan Tudyk, of course, you know, they are powerhouses in the show, man. They are just like voice acting, like they just bring a level of class and a level of just absolute talent to the show in terms of comedic timing and just, you know, delivery. It's wonderful, and they work off each other so well.
Yeah, it's like, especially like the montage where he's like carrying the book and they're like, you want to make it hard.
um,
He's
perhaps
like,
one of my
seriously,
top
you think
10.
you did that for nothing? We're like, well, you wanted to make it hard, didn't you?
Perhaps one of my top 10 favorite moments in the whole series, or at least funniest moments in the whole series, is like, we as the audience, Jacob, I feel like we have just been trolled with the whole pudding thing because we were waiting for it, right? We were waiting for Glossric to be like, you know what? I want one thing from you, Ludo. I want pudding. And I think all the audience was like on the edge of their seat to have Glossric ask for pudding. Like that was like a big setup. You know what I mean? It was all, and the way that they reversed that was brilliant. Where Ludo was like, you know, Glossric was just being very coy with him, being like, "Yeah, I'll help you. This is your book now, so it's just my job to teach you how to use it." And then Ludo, he's just like, he doesn't even say anything. You know, he just kind of pauses for a moment, and then the first words out of his mouth are pudding, pudding. Somebody's in some pudding. Ha 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 ha.
Somebody give some pudding.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Don't you agree, Jacob? That gag was just like, I feel like the writers knew what they were doing with that gag and that it would eventually be paid off since they wrote the pudding thing into season 1. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. It was just that it was just that good. It was just like really, really well, like I said, really well set up.
And not to mention, like their pudding marathon at the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
when he finally taught Ludo and Noose how to actually use a spell correctly.
And let's talk about that, man, because that's a great kind of we're getting all these ties to the episodes where the spell that Star was supposed to know, the Levitato spell in Baby, is the spell that Ludo masters. And that's a fascinating sort of dynamic here where we're going to get like Star is the one who you know, who knows like the advanced magic and the off the wall magic, whereas kind of the unhinged, unpredictable sort of magic, where Ludo, I feel like Ludo, he's going to train more by the book, and he's going to be like more in charge of practical magic, and it's building to something, man, and I'm excited.
I mean, Star wasn't able to carry an apple, but was able to magic up a tree. So,
And now Ludo in one day has got that Levitato spell mastered.
that's definitely implying something there.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Star's more off the wall and off her feet, and Ludo's more tactical now.
Great setup. Great setup.
Okay. But who has the greater advantage?
We shall see. We shall see.
Like they both have halves of the same wand.
All right, Jacob. The one other thing I want to just kind of go over is some of like the great comedic timing between Ludo and Glossric, because again, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Okay, one of the moments that was just priceless was Ludo's just like, "Are you proud of me, Glasserick?" Yeah, sure, you're doing fine. But are you proud?
Kind of brings up some sad family history of Ludo's.
Oh God, oh God.
Like,
I want to
would
hear you say that you're proud of me. So it's basically like he's forcing Glossric into this.
like a proud fatherly figure character.
And then Jacob, what is like the twisted inverse of that gag towards the end of the episode?
Go ahead.
No. By all means, by all means.
I don't remember. I refresh my memory.
Darn it! I have to do. Okay, it's like first of all, he requests that Glossric tuck him into bed, and then he's just like, "Now say good night, my darling." Oh God! Oh God!
He's like, oh, seriously, good night, my darling.
No, he's like, "Good night," and then Glossric and Ludo's just like, "My darling." Just like, oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh jeez.
So yeah, like I said, just the combination of Alan Tudyk and Jeffrey Tambor and their delivery and their timing, it's wonderful. Like honestly, if these two didn't record in the booth at the same time, then it's really impressive editing because they seem like they're playing off of each other really naturally.
If not, it's just really good comedic writing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jacob. So yeah, any final thoughts on The Hard Way? I feel like it's a really good episode. It's really strong. It's just, there's not really a ton to it. It's just like I said, it's got that big toffee cliffhanger at the end. I'm really excited. Like it sets up beautifully like the differences in the power sets between Star and Ludo, which is really
especially now that Ludo is seemingly possessed by toffee.
Sure. And yeah, just overall pretty strong.
And paints Glossric and then like how Glossric is like one of the most powerful beings in the entire dimensions, and and how he seemingly knows Toffee despite having never met him on screen.
Okay, Jacob. So let's take a look at the next episodes to come. Let's just let's go through them.
I think the upcoming is like the final week of
No,
this.
they're actually splitting them up. We have it looks like we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Huh.
Okay, no, yeah. Okay, so we have 4 next week, and then 2 the week after that, and the 2 the week after that are just the finale. The finale is airing the week after next week.
Neat.
So let's get into it really quick. Next Monday, we're going to get Heinous, which is Marco is forced to atone for his behavior towards Miss Heinous when she arrives at his house. Ooh.
Sounds fun.
Now, remind me who Miss Heinous is. Is that someone at the...
She was the headmistress of St. Olga's Reform School.
Of course. Okay. Sure. So that's interesting. Like maybe Star's parents are like so concerned that she's going to turn out like Eclipsa that she's going to have to like deal with being sent to that school towards the end of the season. That'd be a game changer.
Let's see.
Okay. Jacob, Tuesday we're going to get what I'm predicting, I'm calling right now is going to be like among the worst episodes of the season. All belts are off. Get this, Jacob. Get this. Bet you never heard this plot before. Marco and Jeremy fight over who is more worthy to their karate sensei.
Oh boy.
I'm just like, why? Just if this episode like blows us away and ends up being like one of the top 5 of the series, I'm just gonna be like, my mouth will drop. I have next to no hope for that episode. I'm just like, Tuesday is just gonna be grunt work. I'm sorry, but we've already established that Sensei episodes are like the weak link of this show.
And it has Jeremy in it too, so
yeah. Well, I kind of hope that Jeremy's still kind of fucked up by Preston Changeho. That'd be a fun continuity.
Yeah, I mean, and he'd be more tolerable too.
Yeah. Okay, let's see really quick. Next Wednesday we're gonna get collateral damage, and let's see. After she destroys the statue of Echo Creek's high school mascot, Star must find a way to cheer up the students again. It sounds like it has potential for some good character stuff, but also sounds like not the most plot heavy. I'm sure the plot heavy stuff will come towards the, obviously in the final episodes. Let's see. Episode Thursday, Jacob, we're going to get Just Friends, which is Star, Marco, and Jackie attend a love sentence concert where Star aims to prevent Jackie from feeling left out. That's going to be that's going to be a really good character episode, I feel like, going into the final 2 episodes, which will be like good plot episodes. You know what I mean?
Should be.
Okay, and then let's see. Then finally on Monday, next Monday, February 27th, 2 Mondays from now, we're going to get Star and Marco work with singer Roberto to write a song for Star's Song Day and Face the Music, which, okay. And then Star Crush, Star is persuaded by her friends to ditch Marco's summer break party in favor of a more dangerous event in order to take her mind off her troubled relationship with Marco. So what I find curious about this, Jacob, the one reason I'm kind of like going over all these episodes is I honestly, like, it doesn't sound like Ludo or Glossaric or, Toffee factor into any of these. Like, which of these do you think could they pop up in? Because it's not really obvious that Ludo would pop up in any of these episodes. You know what I mean?
I'd probably guess the finale, like the Star Crush at least.
At the very least, yeah.
They're probably keeping like the summaries to like their basics, so they don't like accidentally spoil something huge.
Wouldn't it be funny if like All Belts Are Off is like the big like Toffee reveal episode?
Well,
actually, you know what? Now that I put it out there, I've kind of like that would be fun. That would be a cool reversal of expectations.
That would save it. That would save the concept for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Jacob. Well, I've got to go. So, any final thoughts either way on these 2 episodes?
No, not really. But the month of Star is almost over, but been finishing right so far.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great for the most part. I mean, some episodes have been a little bit more fillery than others, but the highlights have been real highlights for sure. So, all right, folks. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for bearing with us as we kind of have this. I have a backup channel, which is my personal YouTube channel, that we're transferring things over to the So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel. So bear with us on that end, folks. It's it's a headache on my end, but hopefully we'll get it resolved soon. And till then, stay weird and stay wild. Yeah.
Woo!
Pudding. Somebody's and some pudding.